Welcome to My ADHD Relationship, your evidence-based guide to navigating love, friendship, and family life through the lens of ADHD.
Okay, let's just dive right in, shall we? We're going to start with a feeling that I bet is super familiar. You know, when you meet someone new, and bam, suddenly they're all you can think about. Your entire day just revolves around waiting for that next text message. It can feel like you're the star of your own personal movie, but man, it can also be completely exhausting.
So if you're nodding along right now, listen up. We're here to tell you that you are not crazy. Those feelings are real, they are intense, and there's a reason for them. We're going to get into the why behind it all, the actual brain science. And then we'll give you some practical tools to build healthier connections because this is the most important thing to get right from the start. This is not a character flaw. It is literally your brain chemistry. It all comes down to how your amazing brain processes things like reward and motivation.
Let's talk about the star of the show, dopamine. You see, for those of us with ADHD, dopamine signaling can be, well, a little different. So when someone new and exciting comes into your life, that novelty and thrill is like a fireworks show for your brain. It triggers this massive, supercharged dopamine release. And that is what creates that incredibly powerful, vivid, and almost urgent feeling of desire. Your brain's reward system essentially goes into overdrive, chasing that amazing feeling again and again.
This whole neurochemical party actually has a name. It's called limerence. And trust me, this is way more than just a crush. It's this all-consuming, obsessive longing for that person to like you back. It is the absolute engine driving that falling fast and hard experience. You know, when you find yourself daydreaming about future holidays together before you've even had a first date? Yeah, that's limerence, powered by that dopamine quest.
All this intensity often leads to what we call relational hyperfocus. And in the beginning, it feels incredible. It's how these super passionate bonds get formed so quickly. But here's the catch. It's fueled by novelty, and novelty, by its very nature, fades. So when that initial spark starts to dim as the relationship settles down, it can feel like the world is ending. It's so easy to think, oh no, something's wrong, and that can cause some real distress.
And this really gets to the heart of the difference between that dopamine rush and a genuinely secure bond. On one side, you've got the roller coaster of limerence, all about the thrill of the chase, the incredible highs. But on the other, you have stable love, and that's built slowly. It's about feeling content, supported, and this is so important, still being you. The goal isn't to live on that roller coaster forever. The real goal is to feel safe, grounded, and truly appreciated.
Now, because that initial connection feels so intense, the fear of losing it can be, well, just unbelievably painful. And this brings us to a really important concept for understanding ADHD in relationships, Rejection Sensitive Dysphoria, or RSD.
So what is RSD? It means that for many with ADHD, even the perception of rejection can feel like an intense, overwhelming physical and emotional wound. It's not just getting your feelings hurt, it's a deep, crushing sense of shame and distress that can send your anxiety through the roof and make you want to just avoid people altogether.
To avoid that awful pain, we develop survival strategies. And this right here, this is the cycle that so many of us get trapped in. It starts with that intense fear of rejection. That fear then fuels people-pleasing and masking. You know, that constant performance of trying to appear neurotypical. You say yes when you mean no, you overcommit, you hide your struggles, but that constant performance is absolutely exhausting, and it always leads to emotional burnout. It's a protective response for sure, but it takes a heavy toll. Now, this is a tough but crucial point. This vulnerability to rejection, combined with a lifetime of maybe feeling different, unfortunately makes many women with ADHD prime targets for manipulation, criticism, and gaslighting in their relationships. Does this phrase sound familiar to anyone? Toxic partners can actually learn to exploit the emotional intensity of ADHD. They might deliberately provoke a big emotional reaction and then immediately turn around and use shaming language just like this to invalidate you, shift the blame, and make you doubt your own feelings. And here's another one that is a classic gaslighting technique. This one weaponizes the diagnosis itself. It exploits ADHD traits like emotional dysregulation or forgetfulness to erode your sense of reality and your self-trust. And that makes it so much harder to even see the manipulation that's happening. Let's look at a few of these tactics, because they are often specifically designed to target executive function challenges like memory and organization. For example, a partner might hide your keys and then blame you for being irresponsible.
Or they might flat out deny saying something that you clearly heard them say. Each one of these actions just chips away at your confidence and can make you feel more and more dependent on them.
So what's your defense? Your most effective strategy is to externalize your memory and validate your own feelings. Document important conversations. Send yourself a text about what just happened. This isn't about building a legal case against someone, it's about giving yourself an objective reality to check back with. And remember this, your feelings are always valid. Period.
Okay, now that we know what to watch for, let's shift gears and start building a toolkit for healthier, what I call brain-friendly relationships. Because thriving in a neurodiverse relationship is never about fixing anyone. It's about building a shared system of support that works for both of you.
Effective communication is the absolute foundation. This means having strategies in place before a conflict even starts. Agreeing on a pause button word or a simple hand signal when things get heated allows both of you to step back and regulate your emotions. And validation is key. Just saying something as simple as, "I understand why that felt hard for you," can soothe RSD responses and build so much trust.
All right, let's break down one of the most common and damaging pitfalls there is, the parent-child dynamic. This is when one partner becomes the manager, constantly nagging and reminding, while the other partner feels micromanaged and inadequate. It just breeds resentment on both sides. The key, as you can see here, is to escape this trap by making external systems the manager, not a person.
By making a system the manager, you shift from criticism to collaboration. This frees you both up to focus on the incredible strengths that ADHD brings to a relationship. We're talking about contagious energy, spontaneity, creativity, and that powerful hyperfocus. When it's channeled into nurturing your partner, it can create a deeply passionate and exciting bond.
So the big takeaway here is that relationship success comes from building a partnership based on support systems, mutual understanding, and actually celebrating each other's unique brain wiring. It's not about overcoming deficits, it's about leveraging strengths. So what if you reframed your view? What if your ADHD, with the right strategies and the right partner, is actually your relationship superpower? Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you're notified when a new video is released. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you soon. Bye now.